What's going on, everyone? My name is Jacob Simpson, and I've been wholesaling real estate now for about 4 years. And in today's video, I'm going to show you what it looks like to make an offer on an on-market property or a property that's listed on the MLS from start to finish. So you're going to see me actually reach out to the agent, gather information. You're going to see me comp the property, so underwrite it and figure out exactly what I need to offer on it. And then you're going to see me actually submit the offer. So let's go ahead and dive right into this video. Hopefully you find it valuable. All right, so the property that I'm going to be going after is going to be this one right here. So if we go through the pictures, you can see it is outdated, which is a great sign that this is a potential property for us or a potential deal. You can see we got some crazy colors going on over here in the basement with these wood walls, right? So this is a great potential deal to go after. So I'm going to give this agent a call. And before we actually make an offer, I'm just going to gather information about the property. So I like to use an acronym COMPT, COMPT, condition, occupancy, motivation, price, and timeline. And you'll hear kind of how I get that information out of the real estate agent in this video. So let's go ahead and call the agent and see if we can lock this one up.
Hello.
Hey, this is Jacob. How are you doing today?
Good.
Yeah, I was giving you a call. I'm actually a real estate investor here in the DMV area, and I came across the property you have listed off of
Which street?
Ville.
Yeah.
Yeah, so is it still available by chance?
Yeah.
Perfect.
What's your name again?
My name is Jacob. I was calling. I'm very interested in making an offer on it, but I did have a couple questions. Is now a good time for you?
Yeah. Are you agent or what?
No, I'm an investor.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. What question? Yes.
Okay, awesome. So I can see here in the pictures that it is in pretty good condition. It just needs some cosmetic updates. Is there anything major that I can't see in the pictures that I would need to be aware of, like foundation issues, structural issues, mold, leaks, anything like that?
This is a very good condition. The owners, passed away last year, and the three sons, they sell this one, and their father was engineer from the Germany.
Okay.
As you know, the Germany, the people, they are very good mechanic, right? So they are very good. The maintenance is very good. Example, roof is 2 years old, and HVAC is about less than 5 years old, and window is Anderson manufacturers. Okay, just need a bit of update the basement.
Okay, cool. So nothing major, just pretty much cosmetic stuff on the inside.
Correct.
Perfect. And does the property currently have HVAC?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
It's a natural gas.
Okay, cool. Perfect. That's what I like to hear. Awesome. And then I noticed you said that the owner did pass away, and I'm sorry to hear that. Is it currently occupied at the moment, or will it?
No, it's a vacant.
Okay, cool. So we won't have to worry about anything after closing. Okay, awesome. Okay, sweet. And then I see here that the property is listed at 505, and it's been listed for about 7 days. Have you all been getting a decent amount of interest and offers on the property so far?
I don't have an offer yet, but still showing.
Okay. Are they willing to accept something, or do they have some sort of date in which they're gonna plan on reviewing everything and accept something?
So for me, the first come, I have to, as with the regulation, the realtor, as you or not, I have to present offer. I have to right away, to present to the seller. That is a regulation, though. Realtor.
Okay, I got you. And so are they willing to accept, like, What I'm basically asking is like, if I present an offer, obviously you'll present it to them, but are they looking to accept something right away, or are they planning on kind of going over all offers
If
on Friday and then
depends,
accepting something
I
then?
think it depends on number.
Okay, I gotcha. Um, and so you haven't had any offers yet, you said?
A couple guys interested right now.
Okay, sweet. Well, hopefully I can get you an offer before them and we can get this tied up. Um, So, and then in regards to price, or I mean, timeline, obviously the sooner the better. And we are obviously looking to close ASAP as well. But is there any sort of deadline in which they absolutely have to close by?
Uh, Not really, not really.
Okay, cool.
So
Awesome.
this one is pay off the property. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Well, that's helpful. What I'm gonna do then is I'm going to go ahead and run my numbers, and then I will put together an offer and give you a call back here in the next 30 minutes or so with a number in mind. And if it sounds like something your sellers will entertain, we'll go ahead and put it in writing and send it over with a POF.
Do you have agents or no?
Do I have what?
Agents, real estate agents.
No, I would be going into this unrepresented.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. So this will be cash or loan?
Yep, it would be cash offer.
Yeah, I have anyway. So these sellers are looking for the high number. I don't know they like the investor or not. Okay, so they don't want to get it over this one. Okay, just I'll let you know.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll go ahead and put my numbers together and reach out, and hopefully we can make something happen on it. Just because I'm an investor doesn't mean I'm going to come in with a low offer.
Yeah, good business, man. I like that. Yeah, good, man. Yeah, I have I have an investor too. Okay, I have other property investors. They bought it and they fixed it up. So I'm gonna sell it pretty soon. I have also I have like you. I have other line for investor too. If you're looking for the other property, I can send you too.
Yeah, no,
anyway.
Please do. We're on average taking down about 3 to 5 properties a month. We're buying a little bit deeper now with the market shifting, but we're still very active. So yeah, anything that you come across that's outdated, any hoarder houses, nightmare listings, anything like that, I'd be happy to take a look at.
Sure. Yeah. So send me your numbers. Again, this one the seller is very one of them, the representative, is he worked for the government.
Okay.
It's like I said to him, you are attorney, okay, you are a lawyer, and his wife agreed with me. It's literally very, very. When I got the listing agreement, he read everything. Okay, I don't mind, but again, he's an attorney.
Yeah.
I'm attorney. I say attorney. Okay.
Yeah, no, I hear you. He's one of those people who just needs to make sure he's super thorough with it. And it's like you said, it's no big deal, but come on, man. Exactly. Exactly.
So he doesn't want to get it over, okay?
No worries. Well, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll text you over my information so you have that locked in. I'll put together a number here on Howlett, and then if I'm just way too far off, I'll just shoot you a text message and be like, "Hey man, I think the numbers are too far off on this one. Let's hold off." And then if it's, if I'm in the ballpark or can make 505 happen, I'll definitely touch base and we'll put something together on it.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Text me your name again, just I want to follow you. Okay.
Okay, cool. Yep, I'll go ahead and send you all my information.
Yeah, and also I text you my business card. Okay.
Perfect. Sounds good. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. So I honestly don't really like how that call went. I feel like I was a little bit choppy because normally I have comped in front of me and I'm typing out what I'm saying. On this one, I didn't have it in front of me, so I was just kind of freeballing. But anyways, I think it was still a decent call. It wasn't my best call, that's for sure, but it also wasn't my worst call, right? We did get a lot of information from them. There's nothing major wrong with the property. It's vacant at close. It's an estate sale, so it was inherited by 3 brothers. One of them is very analytical, so he's going to go over everything to a T. They haven't had any offers yet. They have had some interest, and then they don't have any sort of real timeline, right? So that's the information I gathered. Now what we want to do is we want to actually comp the property, right? So the first thing I like to do, now this is going to be different in every single area, but I look at, okay, it's a 5-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,100 square foot. Now in the DMV or DC, Maryland, Virginia area, basements are often included in the total square footage after they're finished. So for example, if you have a 1,000 square foot above ground house and the basement is below ground, well, obviously, and the basement is 1,000 square foot, but it's unfinished, on tax records, it will say the property is only 1,000 square foot. But once it's finished, it will say 2,000 square foot or 1,700 square foot. So you always want to pay attention to, what's happening in your market, right? So for this one, I'm seeing it's 2,100 square foot. So I want to go see, is this including the basement, right? So right here, we see 980 square foot. And if we come down here, we see finished area above ground, 1,200, and then finished area below ground, 980. So this 2,100 square foot is including the entire square footage of the property. So we go, okay, 5.2, 2,100 square foot. Now, in this market, you really don't need to look at year build or anything like that. In other markets, what you'll probably want to do is look at when was this year built. If it's in Florida, you might want to look at if it's a wood frame house or if it's a block style house. So if it's made out of like concrete blocks or if it's made out of wood. But in this market, we don't have to worry about that. So we'll do 5-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,100 square foot. So we'll come over here and we'll go to sold. And actually what I like to do, let me go back real quick. Let me just make a duplicate. So that way, if I need to go reference it again, I can. So we have a 5.2, 2,100 square foot. So we'll go to sold and we'll just put in square foot. We'll do 1,700. So it's not showing us anything under 1,700. And then we'll do sold in the last 90 days because the market is wonky. And right now, 90 days is just ideal. So if we zoom in, we have this 3.2 over here, but it's 1,700. We have a 1,790, 1,780, 1,900, 1,900. Excuse me. We have this 615 right here, but it looks like it's on a main road. So we could probably get a little bit higher given that it's not on a main road for ours, but we see here that it is updated, right? It's a 4.3, 2,300 square foot. So it's not the exact bed and bath count, but it's close on square foot. And what they might do here is they might make it a 4.3 to add another bath and maybe to make the master bathroom bigger. They might keep it a 5.2 or they might make it a 5.3, right? So there's a couple options that they could do with this property. Excuse me. So we have a 4.3. Excuse me. We have a 4.3, 2,300 square foot. So right now I'm going to say our ARV is around 615, maybe 625 because ours is not on a main road. So then let's say we go to 6 months to see what's happening in 6 months. So if we come over here, we have a 4.3, 1,700. So the outside really isn't anything crazy, but it does look like the inside is updated. And it does look very nice on the inside. And this went for 635. It's a little bit smaller. Again, less bedrooms, one more bathroom. And it did sell in July. So the interest rates were a little bit lower, but I still think this would be an ideal comp. So I think we're safe to say that 625, I think we would be safe to say 635 as the ARV. So if we do 635 right? And then one thing we can also do to see where buyers are buying at, we go to PropStream. Actually, I like batch leads for this. Go to batch leads. And if you need to sign up for a free 7-day trial to batch leads, make sure you hit your boy's link in the description below and sign up through my affiliate link. Anyways, come over here. We go right here. We put in the address and we're basically trying to see where was this bought at and where was it sold at. So if we come over here to sale and loan, okay, so this one does not look like it was a flip, but it was bought in 2021 and then sold in 2022. So it could have been a flip. So we have 355 and 635. So those are kind of flip numbers, right? But it doesn't look like it was bought by an entity. So let's click on this one real quick and see if we can figure out where this one was bought. Okay, so again, sale and loan, and we can see the seller is an LLC and the buyer was an LLC. So it was bought in 5/10/2022 at $425,000, and then it was sold at $615,000. So if we take 425 divided by 615, that puts us right around 69%. And that sounds pretty accurate because I know in my market in Montgomery County, which is where Rockville is, deals will sell to a buyer at around 60 to 70% of the ARV. So this makes sense. So if we're thinking that, our ARV is going to be $635,000, we can do 635 times, let's say, because the interest rates have increased a little bit, we'll do 0.68 because I believe this is cosmetic for the most part. I don't think, even if they have to redo all of the inside, there's nothing major. So we'll do 635 times 0.68. And that gives us 431. So yeah, they're at 500 and I'm going to have to be at around 400. So we're probably pretty far off, but let's go ahead and call Peter back real quick and then see if that's something they might entertain.
Hello.
Hey, Peter, this is Jacob. How are you doing?
Good.
So I was actually able to have my team underwrite this relatively quickly, and I'm surprised they got back to me so fast. But I did want to submit an offer real quick. Is now a good time for you just to kind of go over where I'm at?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, cool. So I don't think, based on what you were telling me earlier, that they're going to entertain my offer, but just to kind of fill you in as to where I'm at, and to your point, maybe it is better for a first-time home buyer. But I'm looking at some of the comps in the area, and it looks like the after repair value, after we get it all fixed up and 2023 standards, all that good stuff, I think we're going to be able to sell it right around like that 625, 630 mark.
Mm-hmm.
And, at 500,000, that doesn't really leave us with too much wiggle room to pay commissions, fees, closing costs, as all that good stuff. And then also our profit and repairs and everything that needs to go into it. So we would realistically be like right around that 400 to 415 price point. Is that something you think your sellers would even entertain?
That's a good question. Again, I'm delivery man. Okay. I'm not decision maker.
I hear you. Yeah. So I'll go ahead then and I'll put my terms in writing and I'll send them over with a POF. And I don't know if this helps, but there was a property right down the street off of Parkland Drive and it just sold for 615. It's a little bit smaller. Actually it might be the same size once it was fully finished, because I think the basement was just a little bit shaved off.
It's not too much. I know your shoes, okay? So you need this, maybe, the floors, this carpet, and the kitchens, so the cabinet, okay? So already paint, first floor. And, yeah, definitely you need the new floor, okay? The wood floor is better. And windows, roof, and HVAC is okay. So you need a floor, and you need a basement or the renovation. I think that that's it, for the investor. Okay, so this I give you tip. Okay, so I know how to do the investor too. So just again, but I'm not decision maker.
For sure. So yeah, no. So basically too, what I was going to say is, I don't know if this would necessarily help, but that property, and I can send it over in the email also. That property that I mentioned that went for 615, it was bought from another investor at 420, it looks like. And so, it does seem that as is properties are going around that 400 to 420 mark. Now, this was back in May, so interest rates were a little bit lower. So 425 made sense then. So I'll send that over if you want to point that out to the homeowners. But at the end of the day, like you said, it's their decision. And, a first-time home buyer might come in and grab this one. But, the market is really going to be the ultimate deciding factor at this one, and the homeowners.
Yeah, so anyways, your best numbers, send me to me, and I'm delivery manager, okay? I'm the decision maker. Definitely, it looks like a good businessman too, okay? I mentioned about it to the seller. And, but now, tomorrow is Thanksgiving,
yeah.
Okay? I don't know. So I think that they have family too. Okay.
Okay. So, no worries.
Yeah. So I want to reach out as soon as possible after you got some information. Okay.
Okay, cool. So I'll go ahead and put together the offer. I'll send it over, and then we'll touch base, let's say Friday after Thanksgiving, or maybe Saturday, and see, what their thoughts were on the offer. And just to make sure I have your email, it's correct. Perfect. Well, I'll go ahead and put together some terms, and I'll send it over with a POF, and hopefully we can get this rolling.
Okay. Okay, Jacob. Okay.
All right. Have a good one.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right. So this is the offer that I'm going to send them. So pretty much all you want to include in your offer is the address, the entity name, the purchase price, how you're financing the deal, the condition or title. You always want to make sure it points out that it is an as-is condition. You want to spell out the inspection period, the EMD, and when the EMD is due. If you want to include an offer deadline in there, put when the offer deadline is, the title company you're going to use, and the closing date that you want to close on. And then also you want to submit your proof of funds, or a hard money letter, or a private money letter showing that you have the funds backing you to actually purchase this property. So once you put that together, you go ahead and send it out to the agent. You text them, let them know that you sent it out, and then it's just a follow-up game at that point. If they accept it, they'll put it in paper and send it over. If they don't accept it, what I'll end up doing is I'll say, hey, would they accept 415? And because we're going into this unrepresented, there's no buyer side commission. And if they're like, no, they still won't take it, maybe they'll do 490. And I'm like, okay, well, will they take 415 if I waive buyer side commission and I cover closing costs? And if they're like, hey, if you do that, they'll do like 470. And then at that point, then I start to negotiate on price, right? So I'm going to get this offer sent out, and I'm going to hit some more calls. Hopefully this video was helpful, and I will see you on the next one.